Oh my goodness, y'all. That was a lot. Welcome to SW Live, y'all. Welcome to Wednesday, January 8th. I told y'all, I don't know if I said last time, probably like 3 weeks ago, that I got a new streaming platform. Um, and so previously I've been recording from the computer and it's been doing perfectly, right? Today, everything wants to malfunction. Everything wants to malfunction, y'all. When I tell you everything wants to malfunction, I can't even get on Facebook right now to it won't even let me do my connection to Facebook today. It's just letting me do YouTube. And that's pissing me off. So we have, you gotta compromise. You gotta come to an agreement on how you gonna handle this. And I decided that I'm just gonna have to just make it go and publish to YouTube today. So we are on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link on my Facebook page for all of my YouTube, for all of my Facebook people, so that they will have that link because I know everybody be, people be, um, what they're used to talking to you on is the platform they're gonna talk on. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go to. So I was blown. I was sitting here like, let me just get this together. And I do it and I'm on there and I'm like, what's happening? I can't see myself today. It's like everything wanted to happen wrong with the computer today, y'all. The camera don't want to connect. So we did some recent updates on the computer. Windows did some recent updates, and now I have to reinstall the camera. I ain't have time to do all that day because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not techie. Just the girl. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? How y'all loving? What is going on? Let me just drop this link on Facebook real quick so people will know that we are just on YouTube today. And we'll definitely put a re-show, advertising on Facebook at another time for the next show when I get the camera reinstalled. This it was just too much for me to know today. It was just too much. I was like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. So let me send this message on Facebook really quick. Only live on YouTube today. Click the link. So how are y'all? How was y'all holiday? How was y'all time with y'all family? I checked in with y'all last week. We had a check-in show for after the holidays and all of that stuff. So to kind of give you all just some time to catch up with me and see how y'all was doing. It was a good show. We got to be able to see how people were, where your head was, where your mind was, and all that good stuff. And when you thank you, Dean. Thank you. I gotta and I don't be sweating the small stuff. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But what it is that I had everything set up. So when something just throw you off a little bit, it really will throw you off. So I'm okay though. It's no big deal. I do have to update my quote on here because it took away my quote of the day. And I'm going to make sure we get that for y'all. But more than anything, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to have some time with y'all again. I appreciate my podcast family. I really do, because y'all keep me spirited, y'all keep me lifted, and it's a go. It's always a go. Um, so let me put up my quote of the day, and we're gonna get started with the show. But how is there anything going on that we need to talk about outside of it's okay to be single? Because it is. It is. It's okay to be single. We love love. We're not running away from it, but we do want to talk about today the affordabilities and the good things about singlehood as well. Okay, so let me get this quote together, and we are going to get off to a great show today. Someone who's gonna Mm-mm-mm. All right, we're good to go now. All right, so quote of the day. Let's go ahead and jump to the quote of the day. And that is, there we go. Did I put, nope, nope, nope. I don't know what's what channel I put his quote up. His post up now. All right, so put the message out. It went on. It didn't go on there. It won't take the message off. It just got his message stuck. I'm telling y'all, listen, it's that type of day. All right, so we go. All right, so quote of the day: I cannot afford a bond. I cannot afford a bond. That's supposed to be a bond. I cannot afford a bond with someone who's going to end up wasting my time. And ooh, listen, let me just explain that quote to y'all real quick, okay? Because we definitely have to remember that there are things that we have going on in our lives that are either going to be worth you that are either going to be worth your time or not worth your time. And I want to go ahead and say this now. Taking a chance on love is never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's never a bad thing. You don't ever want to just be like, I don't want to do this no more. I've been so hurt. I've been this. But like when you taking a chance out here in the world doing different things, when you dating different people, when you talking to different people, when you exploring opportunities, it's always iffy. It's not who's to say it's gonna be the best outcome all the time. But when you start seeing the red flags, that's kind of when you know that you gotta like back up off of something that's not good for you. But for the most part, we do not know when it's gonna be a shit show. You don't always know when there's gonna be a shit show. You just not. You can't. You just not. You're not gonna always be aware of that. You do have the opportunity to, when you are noticing that it is gonna be a shit show, you do have the opportunity to be like, you know what, this ain't gonna work for me. But for the most part, you go into the relationship, or you go into the bond, or you go into the opportunity of knowing that this may just be something fun. This may be something you're looking for forever. This may be something that you just doing to pass the time. But if you start to catch feelings and start to have that connection, it's going to be hard to just break away from. It's going to be hard to just say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. So before you put yourself in a position to where you feel like you're going to be wasting your time, think about it. Because time is very, 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 very generous. We don't have a lot of it. We don't know when time ends for us. So you cannot afford to bond with someone. You cannot afford another bond with someone who's going to end up wasting your time. You need to make sure that if you're going into that thing for real, you for real. They need to be for real. You need to be for real. It just needs to happen. Y'all need to be on the same page. It should not be a whole lot of different things that make you start questioning whether or not this is real. It should not be a whole lot of different things. Like, in all honesty, you should be able to see if this is healthy for you from jump. You should start being able to see that. And yes, people do manipulate. Yes, people do wear masks, but you should be able to see that because you're spending time with this person. So you'll start noticing patterns and different things that are going on with that person. So when you feel yourself, I'll just grease on my face. When you feel yourself starting to bond with someone and you notice that bond ain't going how you think it should go or what you think it should be doing, then you need to start refraining from all those different things that are going to break you, all those different things that are going to bash you, all those different things that are going to hurt you. You need to start backing up off of that because you see it. You seeing it. You just decide to ignore it. And when you ignore it, you intentionally break your own heart because you're expecting something from someone that you already know that's not there. So when you know what's going on, when you know the situation, pay attention to it. Don't ignore what's being presented to you. Take the time to explore if this is really going to be worth your time. In all seriousness, do that. It's important. All right. So jumping into the show. Whew, we got a good one for y'all today too, y'all. I promise you we got a good one. All right. So being single does not mean you are bad at relationships. In fact, research shows people are staying single for longer and settling down older. And some are choosing to be that way forever. What's up, E? What's up, my brother? Some are choosing to be that way forever. Everybody don't want to be in a relationship. Everybody don't want to be tied down. Some people just like their space, time, and opportunity. And at some point they may want it, but then it may be like the older version of them, the more settled version, the more calm version. Maybe they're the person who wants to just be out there in the world, exploring the world. You just never know. It's not always that they just don't feel like they're good at being a partner. They just may not they just may not feel like they don't want to be a partner right now. See, he got married at 40. See what I'm saying? There's no time limit. There's no time limit. But take your time seriously though. Don't, just because there is no time limit, it doesn't mean that you should not be careful with who you spend your time with, who you deal with, who you are around, who you hanging out with, all that stuff. You want to at least be if you're gonna be out here just saying I'm spending my time with this person, let it be somebody worth spending your time with. All right. So but like I said, being single does not mean you are bad at relationships. In fact, research shows people are being single longer and settling down older, and some are choosing to be that way forever. Being single shouldn't be regarded as anything to be pitied. It should be embraced, because that's a choice that someone made for themselves, especially as there are numerous mental and physical benefits to being on your own. There's also a big difference between loneliness and solitude. Big difference. Like, loneliness is totally sad. It is, because people get into lonely spells. But solitude, you just like your own space. You don't mind being around yourself. You don't have any problems with your own company. All that good stuff. You want to make sure that you can deal with yourself first before you go and put yourself, because you might be a lot. Before you go and put yourself on somebody else's time and attention and efforts, you need to make sure that how you are is good for somebody else too. So yeah, that means you need to be good for you. It gives you thinking space and helps prepare your mind and soul for what you want in your next relationship. People do not want to waste time dating for it to end up nowhere, but chances do have to be taken. So if you are a relationship person and you want to be in a relationship, you do have to take those chances. You do have to have those opportunities. You do got to step out and just be like, yeah, I got this. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to try this. I'm willing to go the extra mile. I'm willing to do anything that'll make me happy in my space. Okay. Taking some time to yourself should be seen as an opportunity to get to know who you really are and what you need. Getting to know yourself is a benefit. Due to something called repetition compulsion, if we've been hurt in the past, we can be tempted to rush into new relationships with people who are wrong for us. We got to stop that. That compulsion is oof. Because we're trying to subconsciously fix the pain. Solitude made me marriage material. See what I'm saying? Bravo, brother. Solitude will make you better material for whoever you're seeking, because you know what it is that you like, you know what it is that you don't like. You're prepared to also be in situations, even in a relationship, to where you can be okay with being by yourself. Like if your partner travels, you'll be okay to be able to travel. They can travel without it being such a big old hex on you. You won't be sitting there like, oh my God, I can't live. I can't do this. I can't do that. You can really actually enjoy your time in your space. And solitude provides an equal opportunity for you to be able to be good for who you're seeking. Okay. Let's see. What else do we want to say about that before I go to the next portion? Because y'all know we about to get into it about this single stuff, because like I be hearing so many people say, I don't want to be single forever. I want to be with somebody, but they're not doing anything to work on themselves, to prepare themselves to be with someone. And I'm going to give you some key things to help you know that it's okay. And while you're going through your single stages, you'll be able to be preparing yourself to be ready for whoever you're trying to get ready for. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You wouldn't have any problems with being good for somebody else if you're good for yourself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you can take the opportunity to get to know you and prepare yourself for somebody, you're going to be probably the best partner in the world to that person that you do latch yourself onto, that you do connect to, that you do bond with. Okay. Reasons why it's okay to be single. Let's get into it. It's plenty of me time. You have time, like I said, you have time to develop. When a person is single, they're free to take care of their needs as they please. They need a chance to put on you don't have to have a chance to put on a face mask for 45 minutes to prepare yourself when somebody coming over. You ain't got to do all that. When you in your own space and loving yourself and doing your thing, you good. Trust me. So when a person is single, they're free to take care of their needs as they please. Need a chance to put on a face mask for 45 minutes? No problem. You got the time to do it. Want to spend the whole morning or evening working out? Go for it. Love taking long showers? There isn't anything wrong with it. And there's no one to fight with the hot water supply for. You are good to go. So your me time is super important, and it gives you time to learn yourself. It gives you time to learn to not be selfish, because in your me time, you are going to be selfish. So when you're going through your single days, is going to, as you start to prepare yourself for a relationship, you're going to notice the things that matter to you the most. And you're going to be like, am I going to be able to be accepting to that person? Am I going to be able to share my space with that person? Am I going to be able to do the things that I need to do so that I'm in good shape? Yeah, that's what that time is for. That time is literally for you to see and learn what it is that you need for you. All right. Total freedom to travel. Any way you want to go, you don't have to ask. You don't got to prepare somebody else to get ready. You don't have to know that they have the funds or they don't have the funds. It's you got this all worked out for you. Single people face no relationship oriented obstacles when it comes to traveling. Of course, other obstacles might interfere with much needed vacation time, but the absence of a significant other means that it's typically much easier to pick up and go with no strings attached. And what's better than spending quality time with oneself while traveling to a beautiful place? You're getting to see the things you want to see. You get to take the opportunity just for yourself. And then if you decide when you're in a relationship, you want to go back to that place again, now you guys both have the opportunity to see it differently, because in a different lens, you get to see what your partner likes, what you like, and then y'all can kind of like compare things as you're on that time. But for the most part, yes, you can definitely do that on your own. You can definitely travel on your own, see the world on your own, all that. Professional and educational development. For those people who want to go back to school and you don't want to drag your partner down with the whole notion that you want to do, you got all these goals that you want to fulfill, but a lot of times your goals that you want to do don't align with things that another person want to do. And that's another reason why you got to be careful with who you choose to date, because you can have goals that are significantly higher and they have nothing. And then now what are you guys doing? You're out here, you go getting, you hustling, you doing all that, and they just chilling. That's not compatibility. You know what I'm saying? But if it works for you, it works for you and your person. But you want somebody that's just as driven as you are. You want somebody that pushes just as hard as you do. You want all that. So when you're growing and taking the time to finish your school and your goals and your different professional goals and development, you get to focus on that without somebody in your ear saying, why you doing that? Why you going here? Why you doing all that? Like, you don't, your goals shouldn't keep a relationship stagnant. But you also know that it's easier sometimes to do things without somebody else. It is. For sure, it is. You don't always have to have someone in your corner while you're doing what you're doing, because you got goals in mind. You got a schedule set. You got a pattern of how you're doing things. So it's okay to do those things without someone. It's okay to do them with someone too. But it's definitely okay if you are single. And being single for most people is a choice. There's some ugly ass motherfuckers out there now, and they got some of the best relationships in the world. So is being single is definitely a choice. It's not just something like, oh, I feel like I should be having more. I feel like I should be doing more. If that's the case, then you're looking at the grass being greener on another person's side. Um, and features do matter to some people. Features don't matter to everybody, but they do matter to some people. And when you're talking about um what's this? Okay, when you're talking about making sure I would never do that. I would never do that. When you're talking about um having goals and different development pieces for how you want to provide in your own life, you don't have time for somebody else to be trying to make you feel bad for your goals. So I do believe that sometimes you got to get it out of the way before you jump into something. Go ahead and get your stuff taken care of. Go ahead and prepare yourself, because your mind, your body, your soul depends on that. It's not about what somebody else wants you to do, but it is about a good communicative partnership, where if you are dating someone and they know what you got in mind, if they don't understand the time that it takes that you're dedicated to what you're doing, then that they're not for you. And that's what I mean by it's okay to do it on your own, because you don't have to have someone right there while you're trying to do the things that you need to do. You don't have to have that. You do not. Okay? You do not. Um all right. But it is some ugly motherfuckers out there though, E. Yes, it really is. I've seen like, and then I think what has bothered me recently about the dating pool and the attraction pool is that there are a lot of people who have had relationships, or not even relationships. It's a lot of, okay, so example, there are a lot of attractive people who have had sex with unattractive people and have made the unattractive people feel like they're on the same attraction level because they've had sex with somebody who was attractive. They've been with somebody that's attractive. And that has given these egos, that has given people the opportunity to think that they deserve everybody that they want. Like, I don't know, we have really gotten into a place of confusion in this world. We have gotten to a place of confusion. If a person is dating and they date for attraction, and then they're not interested in you no more, because like I said it myself, I have not dated. We had a conversation in one of my groups on Marco Polo, and we were talking about attraction and relationships. And I said, I was like, I have not in my past, I have not dated some of the most highly qualifiable, attractive people. You know what I'm saying? And I know that. I know that for a fact. And but I said there's no way that I'm going at 42, because back then I don't think I cared as much, because it was other things that made me care. It was other things I cared about, like what you had going on, how we gonna partner, how we gonna do this. Like, you gotta come with just as much as I'm coming with. Those things matter to me then. Now, being that I'm situated and I'm okay in my life and I don't really care how much you got or what you don't have, if you ugly, don't talk to me. And I mean that. I just don't care to try to explain where my attraction lies anymore. I care about looks. I care about features now. I don't want to walk around with nothing that look like a motherfucking baseball bat, or I don't want that look like they got hit with one. I don't want that. If that makes me um um arrogant, oh well, so be it. I don't care. But what I am saying is that it matters to me now. Like, because I don't have to depend on nobody. I don't have to wait for hand and foot on nobody. So I want somebody that's just as, if I'm coming to the table with attraction and all these other qualities, because the other qualities matter just as much. But that attraction does matter to me though. Like, I care about that. No dirty shoes. I never care. You could never walk around with me looking tore down. The thrill of going out. That's another reason that being single is okay. You have the opportunity to go out on the town as a single person, and it could be liberating and invigorating, and it could be a liberating and invigorating experience. There are plenty of fish in the sea, and going out can open a slew of opportunities to meeting someone amazing. Meeting people, possible life partners, or just friends can be one of the most rewarding things about being single. Yes, it is. Networking, getting out there in the field, exploring, looking, just getting to know someone different that than what you've already experienced in your life is always a good thing. Stop limiting yourself. And I'm not telling anybody who like only black men to say go and date Chinese men. No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I mean by that. I mean open up the attraction pool to where you know that um it's okay to talk to different black men to see where you fit. But yeah, that's important. Dating is important. Okay. The freedom to make decisions. One of the benefits of being single is having the freedom to make decisions as one pleases. No questions asked. You do what you want to do. You move how you want to move. You go where you want to go. And whether a person is deciding what to eat for dinner or what to do over the weekend, the decision is theirs. If they're single, there's no need to coordinate with anyone. Now, if you just want to get with one of your good girlfriends, you be like, girl, we finna go meet up at the wing shop, order some wings and some drinks. Let's chill. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, whatever you want to eat at night, wherever you want to go at night, whatever you want to do is your choice. Is your choice. Until you're in a space where until you're in a space where you're okay with having the what we gonna do tonight, babe, for dinner conversation, enjoy your time, enjoy your meals, enjoy your decisions on your own. Single people are more flexible. Single people generally can roll with the punches more easily. Not being tied down to a partner often makes it simpler to adapt to life's changes with grace and agility. Singles can do what they need to change and adapt to new life circumstances, which is an advantage that married people and couples may not have. And as a single person, it can be much less stressful to make a change in stride. So, in the middle of if you are already made a decision, in the middle of that decision, you decide to make another decision, you need no permission. Or you don't have to have someone to say, I don't want to do that. I think we should keep doing it like this, or blah, 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 blah. Whatever. It is what it is. You got the choice. You got the juice. All right. The sex life. There's no doubt that sex plays a vital role. This way you got to be careful at when you're being single, though. This is where you definitely have to be careful at while you're single. There is no doubt that sex plays a vital role for almost every individual out there. Every individual out there, okay? One of the positives of being single is that it gives you the chance to engage in certain social circumstances without remorse. And now I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be very Who is it? Whoa, what's up, Nisi Pooh? How you doing, babes? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and you take it with a grain of salt, or you take it how you with a stride. You know what I'm saying? And he said, invest in a rose, ladies. I mean, whatever you need to do to get yourself through certain things. Now, I'm gonna say this quickly and get through this part. Okay. You can have, without remorse, you can have one night stands without feeling guilty or pressured. And casual sex and casual dating are great ways to explore yourself sexually and better understand what you want in bed. Okay. And this is why being single is better, because you get a chance to explore, yet stay guilt-free. Oh, she said she on the workout. Okay. What's up, sis? Stay guilt-free in your affairs. Now, this is what I'll say about that. Because I don't really believe in all that one night stand shit. I don't really go that mile. I don't go that way. That's just me though. But we're not just talking about me in this. This is a conversation for everybody. This is for the world. Sister. This is what I'll say about that. If you are a very highly sexual person, I would say make sure you have somebody that you can have sex with. I would definitely say make sure that you put if you want to have sex, and because I agree with you, because I'm not a toy person though, so I don't play like that. But I agree with E. Invest in something that will make you feel safer when you're trying to get off. But also, if you just got like that person that you can go to and you can be hunching on, use just that person. Use just that one person. Stay protected. Stay keep your feelings at bay, because if that's all it is, just let it be that. But you definitely need to be able to get off how you need to. This not time. I already said at the beginning, we don't got all the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? We do not have all the time in the world. So there are going to be times when you just be like, you know what? I need that. I need to do that. I want to do that. And you can do that. You grown as hell. And you living your life without judgment. And you're not doing things that you have to be judged on, because who really, if you are comfortable in how you're doing things, then it should be okay. But like I said, I'm not a person who believes in all that one night stand shit, because that kind of stuff gets you killed. And you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know who it is. You don't know if you're going home with a serial killer. You don't know who you're going home with these days. People crazy as the fuck. Okay. So you want to be careful with that. But if you, like I said, if you got somebody who you already have in mind that you want to be sexual with, or you've already had that opportunity with, it's okay to have that person. Just don't be fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't spread yourself thin. Don't be out there just doing any and everything with any and everybody, because then, things come back on you, and then you don't know who you got any and everything from. So be careful. Enjoy yourself, but be careful. You get a chance for deeper friendships. Being single allows you to meet with whomever, wherever you want. Being single also means you don't have to go out anymore with people you disregard just to please your partner. Isn't this, that's big. You know what I'm saying? That is big though. Because when you're in a relationship, you got to hang out with people that might not be your people. It might be your partner people, but they may not be your people. And since they're not your people, it could turn into something to where you feeling forced to be there. You're not as comfortable being there. You can't even let loose and be who you want to be, because you're around people who you're not comfortable with. But we do those type of things because that's our partner. We sacrifice. We're gonna sacrifice for the people we love, but you also get opportunities to sacrifice for yourself in this particular stage in the area of your life. Okay, so you get to focus your attention and time only on the people close to your heart with whom you feel comfortable. So when you're building stronger friendships and bonds and relationships, you get the choice on who and how and where and what it's gonna be, and when you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it. And yeah. All right. So singlehood offers important life benefits. Whether by choice or by circumstance, singlehood comes with opportunities that for some make it quite appealing. These opportunities were recently identified in 2 studies out of Greece that examined the perceived benefits of so they did a study about 260 people on what they felt like being single concluded and how it helped them. So one person said, I have more time and I can use it the way I want, and I enjoy my time. I don't care if I just want to veg out all day. It's my opportunity. Maintaining a romantic relationship is a major time investment. Relationships are an investment. Singlehood allows people the chance to use their time as they wish and to pursue their own interests with flexibility. Move how you want to move. Another person said they can focus. People want to improve themselves, making the chance to focus a popular benefit of being single. No doubt that personal growth, career, and otherwise, those things get to grow. Those things get to help you accomplish your goals. All right. You're in charge of you. You don't have to worry about anybody else's feelings. Now, when we say that we don't have to worry about anybody else's feelings, when you're single, that's your opportunity to have the selfish portion of your life. A lot of times you've never had that. This is the first time in a very long time for me Well, not even very long time. After my divorce, I was single for like 2, 3 years, 2.5 years, something like that. So, um, now that I'm single again, I feel like I want to have time just for Shelby. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind hanging out with people and doing things like that, but I want to enjoy my time, my space. I'd be happy to come home and it's a house and it's an empty house. I'd be happy. I'd be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of reason too is because I came from a place in my life where I grew up around people all the time. People were always there. So when I have solitude, I'm good with solitude because I'm okay with Shelby. I'm okay with me. So as long as you're okay with you, it's okay to have solitude. And now if you're lonely, just being by yourself, I think there's a little bit of a problem. You haven't learned yourself, you haven't loved yourself enough. You just haven't. You just haven't. And you need that. You really do. Okay. Um, Another person said that they're cool with it because they're in charge of them. Relationships require compromise and adjusting to a partner's needs. If you're not ready to adjust and be an adjustment to someone else's needs, you are not ready for a relationship. You just are not. So step back into your singlehood and stay there a little longer because you ain't ready. But you definitely know when you get into a relationship, you have to worry about your partner's needs. There's no need when you're single, there's no need to check in or report on what you're doing. If you suddenly decide to work until midnight or to take out or binge watch a TV show, you can with no accommodations and no apologies. That's beautiful. I fall asleep on the couch every night. I have to carry myself to the bed because I just pass out in the middle of whatever I'm doing. It don't matter. I don't care if I doze into it. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I realize, oh, I'm still here. Okay, let me go get to bed. I don't play. I need my space. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I was to say hello. I'm telling you, sis. I'm telling you, it's okay. Now, do I miss the comfort and being caressed and loved on? Yes, it's wonderful. I don't miss it. I love it though. I don't miss it though. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back at some point. But right now, I'm enjoying the me time. I'm enjoying the space. You hear that quietness? That's because it's just me here. Okay. All right. Um, you're not getting hurt. Breakups are painful. One advantage of stable singlehood is that you can avoid the emotional upheaval that comes with ending a relationship. And ending relationships are not easy. When you've been with someone for a while, it's not easy. And a lot of times you know that the relationship is probably going to come to an end based on the way that things are going in the relationship. So just like I said, pay attention to those red flags because we need to pay attention to what doesn't make us happy. We need to pay attention to what doesn't make us whole. We really do. We ignore a lot of stuff just because we're in love with people and we'll tiptoe around their feelings, tiptoe around our own feelings just to make sure that they're fine. It's cool sometimes, depending on what it is, especially if they're having a bad day or an off day. But if a person is just like that all the time and you always got to be like, mom's the word, that's an issue. You're not getting hurt. It's a steady thing. Another person said, I'm steady. It's not just breakups that are tough. The finding and forming of relationships can be an emotional roller coaster. Baby, you here. And once formed, there can be challenges that cause stress and any number of problems that can pop up on any given day. And singlehood allows for a steady, peaceful way of living. And a lot of y'all jump into stuff quickly. You don't even know why you ended your last relationship and you already in another one. You haven't even given yourself time to get past it or giving yourself time to just enjoy you. And when you don't do that, you back in the situation, you back on the horse and you ain't even ready for that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Especially knowing that a lot of the issues as to why you may be single may be your fault. Why would you just be like, let me just dive back in? You got to take your time. You really do. Because you may hurt the next person because of something that you didn't fix with yourself. You may hurt the next person. All right. Another person said that they're calm. For some people, a primary appeal of singlehood is a chance to avoid the fighting and arguing that might come from romantic relationships. No one is giving you the silent treatment or offering unwelcome criticism. Nobody. You're doing that on your own. So when you single, you only person that's gonna be criticizing you for being late is you. Only person that's gonna be criticizing you for saying that I don't want to go to this place is you. Only person that's gonna be mad about it is you. You don't have to deal with, excuse me, anything when you single that you don't want to deal with. You don't. It's a choice. The choice is yours. All right. The choice is yours. So as you're taking the opportunity to enjoy your single life, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about resources that could provide for somebody else. You don't have to worry about longing to hurry up and get home because you don't want somebody asking where you at. You don't got to worry about questions. You don't got to worry about. It's a lot of stuff you don't have to worry about. Now, another person said that they're excused from many undesirable activities. So whatever they don't want to go and do, they ain't going to do it. I don't even think about it sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I know I ain't going to do that. There's nothing to even think about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not showing up for that. But sometimes when you're in a relationship, because your partner may be interested in what's happening, you may have to go anyway. So enjoy your single time. Enjoy it. Don't rush into something that you're not ready for. You manage your eating better. Either you're eating healthier or you're eating bad. And you get to be the person that's over that, but you need to make sure you're making wise decisions when it comes to that. Because you also don't want to be out here eating bad to the point where you're trying to kill your damn self. Because what's that gonna prove? What's that gonna benefit? Now, we go back to the time. In the beginning, we said that you get a lot of me time. And in that me time opportunity, you need to be working on yourself. You need to be putting together a plan for you. And you never want to do it in the way that you're just saying, like, you know what? You're wasting your time. You don't, just because you're single, it should not be a waste of time. You still should be doing the things that you're supposed to do. You still should be focused on goals. You still should be focused on growth and opportunity. You still should be giving yourself the same headaches that another person would be giving you, because it's all about you now. So what's going to be the excuse if you don't get these things done? What's going to be the reason that makes you say, you know what, I don't want to keep doing this. I ain't doing this today. That's lazy. So then one thing about it, I will say in a relationship, it pushes you a little bit more to make sure you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. When you're single, you're responsible for it yourself. So use your time wisely, manage your time wisely. Do the things you need to do for you so that you can make sure, if you are, because there's a lot of single people who want relationships. So once you've been through that single stage, you've loved yourself enough, you've given yourself the opportunity to grow and prepare for your next relationship. Once you've done that, now you don't have to worry about if you're right or wrong for someone. You just automatically know, because you done did all the work. You done did all the work. You have put in the time, the effort, the space, the opportunity, all of that. You good to go. You are good to go. Manage your time in a way that you can enjoy yourself in your singlehood, but you can also know that when you're ready to be in a relationship, you put in the work to get there. I don't want anybody to walk away from today's conversation and feel like, okay, yes, it's okay to be single for these reasons. She said time, I can get my time back. I can have my freedom to travel. I can do this, I can do that. But don't forget about your goals. Don't forget about your development. Don't forget about the skills you got to have. All those things matter. They all matter. So while you're out here enjoying your single life, date, enjoy it. Go out on the town, take trips, explore yourself, take the time to be exactly who you need to be for yourself, because you only get these opportunities like once in a lifetime, especially since you're preparing to be booed up again in the fall. All right. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in today, because I wanted to make sure that we can get through this single talk without it being such a drag. But also, I want y'all to know you only got one life to live. So if you enjoy being single and you think that's where you want to be, keep doing that. If you enjoy being single, but you know you're preparing for your relationship, keep doing that. Make sure you're fucking good though in the process. And I'm talking about, I ain't talking about just sex with, and I already said it ain't with anybody and everybody. Because single people need love too. Single people need love too now. All right, y'all single ladies, single men, y'all get y'all shit together because at some point we all gonna be old. Who gonna take care of you? No, but seriously, y'all enjoy being single and prepare yourselves for whatever it is that you got coming because you want to make sure that you're ready for it. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you tuning in. Y'all enjoy y'all evening, and if you are single, mingle and go home. All right, y'all take care. Be good. Peace.